KCRA 3 News at 6 starts right now.
First came the devastating fire that destroyed hundreds of homes in Calaveras County. Now, people who don't even live near that fire say they're paying a price after at least one major insurance company has stopped covering some homes in the high-risk areas.
They want to put the entire burden on us and have no risk for them whatsoever, and that's not fair.
A KCRA 3 viewer emailed his story about getting dropped from his fire insurance carrier, and as it turns out, he lives nowhere near the deadly Butte and Valley fires.
The state says there may be a lot more people getting dropped in the coming months. KCRA 3 investigates Brian Heap joins us now. He's been looking into the issue and what's driving this. Brian?
Kelly, you at home may be asking, can they do that? They can. The California drought and the increased fire danger have made fire insurance even more necessary for homeowners, but it also brings greater risk of financial loss, and some insurance companies think that risk is getting way too high.
Here was going to be a pond.
Phil Stokes has 5.5 acres and a beautiful home in Shingle Springs.
So if there were a fire, you know, we'd have some way to defend against it.
Stokes says he's done his part to protect it by keeping the grass short and creating defensible space. So he was shocked to receive this letter from his fire insurance carrier last week.
The property listed above poses an unacceptable risk for wildfire.
The letter says Liberty Mutual won't renew his policy because of concerns about flammable vegetation, wind patterns, and accessibility. His home is on a paved street about a mile from a fire station. Stokes says the company has had no problem taking his premiums for the past 8 years.
They want to protect me unless there's a real risk for fire, and then when there is, they say, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Some of the Butte fire victims had insurance, some didn't. Stokes says he's concerned his insurance company is taking too broad of an approach to denying coverage, and he's worried some homeowners will find it difficult, if not unaffordable, to find a new policy. He says that's just not right.
And I think the legislature ought to be listening to this and start thinking about how they can protect the state if they're not going to protect us.
Where do you hail from?
I'm from El Volcano.
State Insurance Commissioner Dave Jones was out meeting with Butte fire victims and volunteers today. He says the law allows insurers to not renew policies. It's a business of risk. And Jones says California's drought is a game changer that has companies taking steps to protect themselves.
But I would anticipate we will see an increase in non-renewal letters. We just went through the 7th worst and 3rd worst fire in California's history. And it stands to reason that insurance companies are looking closely at what the risks are.
Jones says this can be an opportunity to shop around for insurance, including the sometimes more expensive secondary markets.
That's a joke.
Stokes says he doubts everyone who needs it will find adequate, affordable coverage that way.
Well, that's like a guy saying he has a wife he loves very much, and she says, I want to divorce you. And he said, well, that's an opportunity for you to shop around.
I called Liberty Mutual Insurance today to ask about Phil Stokes' letter. The company said it would get back to me, but never did. Should mention, though, Phil has gotten some insurance since. The insurance commissioner says his office reviews all the assessment models used by insurers to make sure they are fair, and he says if you get a non-renewal notice, you should call his office to see if it can help because you may be able to keep your coverage. And as a last resort, the state has a safety net program called the FAIR Plan, but that coverage is often minimal, Golston, and a lot of people really think that's a last resort.
Well, it's good to see that guy. He has a pretty good sense of humor, but this has got to be frustrating. I mean, there's got to be more people out there with these non-renewable notices. Do we know how many people this might wind up being?
Yeah, I tried to get that number. Actually, I asked the state today, the state officials. I asked 2 insurance trade groups as well. No one could give me a number, but you heard the insurance commissioner say he expects more of these notices to go out. The commissioner, though, did tell me he is confident there are enough other insurance companies out there that will be able to take on the risk. Of course, the question for you at home is, how much is that going to cost, and how much more will that cost?
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to cost less, that's for sure. All right, thanks a lot, Brian.